person's daughter, Mum a widow, or worse, an educated woman, and left long ago by my father, lost or dead in Ceylon. What she said was, "William's an old, old friend," or, "Sometimes we misbehave." Before she died, he would come around, or he would not, but at the viewing, he stayed a long, long time, wigged and ready. Beside him, Mum lay like a dead offering in her simple box, a lavender Votes for Women sash across her small, unquivering bosom, her button-up kid gloves buttoned up to her stiff elbows, her hair à la pompadour. To my godmother Alexandra's suggestion that I play the piano, I flat out said no. I was newly 13 and could do as I pleased. Besides, Thomas would play. Thomas would always play. And so beautifully. Who could know whether the mourners were weeping at the sight of Mum dead, or the talents of her crippled son? The promise of him drove me mad. The way Mum had always listened, the way Nurse and Penny applauded from the kitchen. Even the bird in its cage, a canary kept to sound the alarm, sat all still and silent when my brother Thomas played. So it was around the beautiful Thomas that the mourners gathered, touching him, the top of his head, patting his arm, his shoulder, as if he were holy water. He paid little attention, slouched over the keys performing one of her favourites, his elbows akimbo, slicing the air. Soon, he knows, he will be shipped across the ocean to America. Grandmother said she could afford to keep one of us, but two would be a handful. A new family has been found for him, old friends in San Francisco. Good riddance, I thought, listening with the others, Grandmother and Alexandra, and the few neighbours, and the ladies Mum called compatriots, and William, before he bowed and closed the parlour door on his way out. The ladies rustled back to their dance chairs, folding their hands over the printed verse Grandmother said Mum would have preferred. Everyone sat and closed their eyes, as if to dream of elsewhere. I ducked into the kitchen to keep Nurse and Penny company. And what of them? Nurse will marry the milkman, Michael, and settle with him in Wales to live a perfectly miserable life. Children and children. Chores. Michael will drink, in the way men do, and one thing will lead to the other. Penny will pack her cardboard box and take a train east. She'll disappear, like our father did, long before we can even remember him. He fancied himself Lord Byron, Mum said, though he was only a Sir, and that Sir a result of money changing hands. Why she had married him at all she could not say. He vanished in Ceylon, or perhaps the natives devoured him. For my 6th birthday, I received a box containing some of his possessions, cufflinks, and a blanket woven from hemp, a dictionary of lost words called the Dictionary of Lost Words that I, predictably, misplaced. Everything and everyone dropping through my hands, even Grandmother, eventually, a few years after Mum died. She said she thought it best I leave Wardsbury and move to Madam Lane's, an educational establishment out of harm's way. She said she had enjoyed my company, but in light of the endless war and the bloated zeppelins overhead, I should be farther north. There I would learn what I should in the relative peace of distance. Peace such as it is, she said. There, she promised, I would find other girls my age, and teachers of a kinder disposition, and she had last heard that the facilities were still quite respectable. A home that once served as an inn to travellers, near enough to York, in a place called Gray's Head on Heath. She said all this at the dining table, she and I at opposite ends, where we would meet for meals before returning to our rooms. It had become our custom to live together alone, me and my books, and Grandmother engaged with cards or needlepoint, or the conversation she called her lifeblood, her friend.